will just work on getting these cleaned out. A skosh more in there. Okay, so while we wait for that to process, some of them have not sealed. We do have the opportunity. Well, hey there, my friend. So glad that you're in the basement with me today. I'm working on a fun new project. We're going to make some homemade taco sauce. This is a new to me project, and I'm so excited to bring you along with me. So together, we can learn how to make taco sauce. If you're wondering where I got the recipe from, it's from the latest Ball Canning cookbook. They have so many amazing recipes in there. And I do believe that this recipe is in some of the older ones, which I do have, but I've been digging through this one and pining through all the recipes I want to try. And today I decided, you know what? We're going to make taco sauce. Why? Because I got a really good deal on some tomato paste. 69 cents. There was a store closeout. I happened to catch it. And so I thought, you know what? Let's get to canning. First thing you want to do is you need to get 3 cups of tomato paste. Not sauce, not to be confused with sauce, but a tomato paste. So you can make your own. There's actually a recipe in the cookbook for that. Or you could be like me and you could use 5 of the pre-canned stuff that you can get from the store. 6-ounce jars. It's just a huge time saver. I tell you what, you know, it can be done. You can make your own at home, but it does take patience and time to get all those tomatoes down to a paste consistency. So I will just work on getting these cleaned out. I just know this is going to come together so easily and so quickly. Boy, I hope I have a big enough pan. I may need to grab a bigger pot. It calls for 1 quart plus 1 cup. Did you know that that's 5 cups? I'm going to put that in our pot. And then I'm going to go ahead and get this started on a medium to medium high heat. And we'll put all of that tomato paste, not sauce, tomato paste in our pan. I'm kind of a clean as you go canner, so I had to get all that trash out of the way, wipe off all the tomato that I spilled before moving to the next step. I've got a sink full of soapy water over there because I'm always making some sort of mess. Now to our water and tomato sauce, I'm going to go ahead and add our spices, but I think I'm going to switch from our spatula to a wooden spoon. On the back of the stove, my steam canner is warming with my clean, empty jars inside, upside down, so that they will stay nice and hot while we put this together. Now we need to add in some seasonings. We need 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 and 2. A tablespoon of salt. Get the kind that is meant for canning. So in that goes 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I don't have a teaspoon, but I have a half a teaspoon, so we're going to use that twice. I'm so excited about this. I love playing around in the kitchen and trying new things. If you don't know a lot about me, I have a passion for food preservation and experimenting with food and having fun with your meals is just, you know, super enjoyable for me. So I love to bring you along when I get to do fun things like this. So I'm super, super excited about this. We're going to go ahead and add in a half a teaspoon of hot sauce. Use whatever kind of hot sauce you like. Half a teaspoon does not seem like much to me at all. Although I'm not a hot sauce fan, but I do like taco sauce. So probably because of all the other powdered peppers we put in there, we don't need much of the liquid. I want to bring this up to a simmer. I decided that maybe it would be a good idea to get out a whisk because I want to make sure that We don't have any lumps. I love this whisk because it is flat bottomed and I can really get in the bottom of my pans and make sure that I'm getting everything incorporated when I'm making recipes. We were supposed to slowly add the water. I think it's going to be okay to do it like this. We are pretty thick. I'm kind of surprised with that. I also am going to turn on, I've got a little pot back here because the lids I'm using, I need to warm those. And so I've got a pan with some water we're going to heat up and put our lids in there so that they can start to soften. We don't want to bring that to a boil or anything. We just want to get them warm. All right. Now that I feel this is incorporated, I'm going to add the next ingredients, which is some apple cider vinegar and some corn syrup. We just need 1 cup. Make sure that your acidity is at 5%. And we're using the apple cider just like the recipe called for. And then I'm going to flip this over and use this other side of this. And we're going to do 1/2 cup of the corn syrup. Okay. Now think about that. That's only 1/2 cup for the entire batch. We're going to whisk this all together. And really all you have to do now is let it simmer until it is thickened. And honestly, this is pretty thick in my opinion. So I don't think this is going to take hardly any time at all. Especially with using the larger pot, more of the surface on the bottom of the pan is getting heated. And so this will come together pretty quickly, I believe. Ooh, I can start to really smell those seasonings and spices that we put in there. It smells really good. We've got some bubble action going on here. And when I go to stir it, you can hear that sound. We don't want to scorch this. So I think it's time to jar it up. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer the sauce, which, just lost my spoon. We don't need that anymore. So we'll move it aside and put in our ladle. We're going to move our jars over here. Whoa. Let's go ahead and turn that down. Take our lid off. Do not put your lid on the stove top, especially since we just had it on. You do not want to put that on a hot surface. You could destroy your steam canner. I'm going to start grabbing these jars. Now, actually, the recipe calls for 1/2 pint jars. And it says it will make 6 of them. We don't use a lot of taco sauce. And so I decided to go with the 1/4 pint jars. I only have 9 of those. So I have these jars that are just shy. They're about 6 ounces versus 8 ounces. So they're about 3/4 of a 1/2 pint. I've got some hot water here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and fill this up with my little opening here all the way to the max capacity of water, because this is a longer processing time for a steam canner. Typically you'll do 5-10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes with pickles and things like that. Well, we are going to process this to the 1/2 pint size. So it says that it needs to go for 30 minutes. And that is right at the max line of how long that you should run a steam canner for it to, 1, we want it to be safe, but 2 is what will happen is you'll run out of water. So if you have a water bath canner, this would be an excellent water bath project. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I really love my steam canner, and it saves me so much with my back. It is just the choice that I use anymore. So we'll go ahead and flip these over. Ooh, they are hot. Your sauce will be hot. Your jars are going to be hot. Hot, hot, hot. That's what we need, right? Grab your funnel. We're going to leave, I believe, a 1/4 inch headspace. Always go back to your recipe. Double check. Just so you know for sure. I'm going to see where we are at with this. So the 1/4 inch is going to be that last little notch right there. And we can put just a skosh more in there. And what I'm going to do, so I know for next time where I'm at on these jars, is just right at the top. Okay. So we'll check that out. Yep. So now with this one, I know where my fill line is going to be. Oh, and I may have gone a little too much. I'm afraid so. Yes. So, no worries. Just grab yourself a clean spoon and take some out. Now check my headspace. I'm spot on. Let's do a couple more of these. We've used this side to check our headspace. Now we just need to go in and, try to get out any air bubbles, because you always want to debubble. Even with thick sauces, sometimes there's a blubble in there. So I'm going to give it a little tappy tap all around. Oh, there's some bubbles. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Grab myself a clean rag and some vinegar. And we will clean around the rims, because inevitably, I'm sure, yep, there was a tiny spot right there. I spilled. I'm going to grab a lid and a ring, fingertip tight. Into the canner we go. Vinegar on our rag. Wipe that ring. I like to go around it a couple times because there was some on that one. So I'll choose a different spot. We'll go over it again. None. So we're good to go. Put on a lid. Fingertip tight on the ring. And into the canner. Rinse and repeat. Okay, looky there. They barely fit. Now, some may say, hey, can't you just stack them? I'm not going to say yes, and I'm not going to say no. I honestly do not know 100% that answer, but my gut tells me no. So once this gets to the color it needs to be for my elevation, I'm going to process for 30 minutes. Oh, and put a little vinegar in with the water in here to help with your the hard water spots. Okay, we are officially in the green, so the timer has been set, and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so while we wait for that to process, I'm going to do all the dishes, but before I do that, I'm going to do a taste test. I'm a little scared. I don't like heat. Oh, oh! There's a kick. There's a kick. Time to shut this off. And we just want to tilt this to the side. And we're going to let that sit for 5 minutes. Okay, we're done. Whoops. Don't do that. Don't bang it. Oh, did you hear that? Ping. Pop. Ha! That is music to a canner's ears. So now all we have to do is, I know it's going to be tempting to tilt them, but don't. Keep them straight. We're going to move them over here to our mat. This is just a wash mat that I got, and I use it as my canning mat because it's nice and thick, and so it'll absorb any water. It will keep from the countertops and things from being too cold. So yeah, this is what I like to use. There goes another one. Ping pop ping. My favorite. We're just going to let these set for 12 to 24 hours. Come back and check on them, wash them. If any of them have not sealed, we do have the opportunity within that time frame to reseal. And I'm just going to hope that we don't need to do that, but we will come back and check this out. If I don't remember to bring you back, I'll tell you now. Thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you are into food preservation, animal husbandry, all around cooking in the kitchen, then if you're not already, I encourage you to become part of the Farm Wife fam. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell so you don't miss out on any videos. And most of all, if you think you have a friend that would enjoy this, share this video out with them too. Bye for now, friends. Until next time, we'll see ya. Okay, it's a different day, and I just wanted to pop in real quick and let you know. I like to wash my jars with a little soap water, and sometimes I'll even rinse them with a little bit of vinegar water just to kind of help with those hard spots, especially if I forget to put it in the canner. But I knew you'd want to know what this looks like. So here are our 3 different size jars of the taco sauce that we made, and I just wanted to show you. I think I've bumped them too much, but they're a nice liquid consistency. Let's see if you can see around the edge. See that move? It's thick, as in, not just a liquid like water, but it's still going to be perfect to put on tacos. I'm super excited about this. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope this encouraged you to try this easy canning project too.